This is the world's most loved supercar, the Aventador SVJ, only one of 800 in the world, and today we have the honor of showing you how to mount number plates onto the front of this car. Welcome back to another video, guys. My name is Ben from Flow Brackets, and today we've got in this beautiful Lamborghini Aventador SVJ LP770-4, and today we'll be showing you how to mount number plates onto the front of this car. And I know that sounds a little trivial to a lot of people, but I assure you it is not, because there is so much going on the front of this car and so many different levels, and we've come up with a beautiful drill-less solution to mount number plates. Before we get into installing, let me explain the parts to you. So we've come out with a number plate mounting solution. We call it a two-part mounting solution, only because you need two parts to get number plates onto this car. The first part you need is what we call a miniature plinth. And this is a modular mounting block that's going to fit onto your car, which allows you to mount a number plate bracket. And this is, call it part B of the two-part mounting solution. So part A and part B make a two-part mounting solution. And I'll tell you why we've made it that way. It's modular and it's got these brass fittings into it, which are threaded. This allows you to chop and change number plate brackets. So if you were to change to a different number plate in the future, you can unbolt the previous number plate bracket and bolt on a new bracket. And this is going to prevent you from sending holes into the front of your car or holes into your number plate. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, so this is a miniature plinth. We call this a miniature plinth, but it's going to be sold as what we call an OEM plinth delete. And essentially, it deletes the factory mounting block or OEM plinth and replaces it with our miniature version. But in this kit, let me show you what you get. You get the actual miniature plinth itself. You get a spacing block. This is basically for further clearance if you're running taller plates, and we give you this alignment tool to make sure that you get this perfectly level and straight. We're also going to be supplying you with 3M primer, which basically increases the bond between two surfaces, alcohol prep wipe, and pre-applied double-sided tape. So now that I've explained the parts, let's just take a little bit of time to sort of appreciate the design and development that's gone into this miniature plinth. This miniature plinth is actually made from two parts, not just one. When you do receive it, it will be fully assembled, but for now, I'm just gonna disassemble it so I can explain to you how we got to this design. So if you take this bolt out, these two parts will separate. And it's actually quite strong, the way that it fits together. They mate together very well, and it becomes one solid piece. But one of the main reasons is that it's really hard to manufacture this organic shape as one, so that we'll separate it into two pieces. The other reason we went down this route to begin with was this little section was meant to be a self-locating part that fits on this little ridge in the lower splitter, but we soon realized that when you do locate it, yes, it does self-locate, but if you are a little bit off left or right or a little bit crooked, its final form might affect the way your number plate sits, and that's what we didn't want. So then we decided to bolt them together, and you assemble it as one using the alignment tool, and that way you can get it completely straight and level. So now I'm just going to bolt it back together so it's one assembly again. Now it's one part. And this is a part that I don't know how to articulate in words, but the design was actually quite smart. When you go over a driveway and you do accidentally clip this front splitter, it might lift. And that was a bit of a concern for our design department. If you do lift this, or it does lift and compress, we didn't want anything to crack because this is carbon and again, very expensive to replace. So the way that this was designed is that it'll only have double-sided tape on this surface and this surface, so that if there was lift, the entire plinth would lift and flex to that same movement as well. So a really smart, intuitive drillless solution. So now that I've explained all the parts, let's go on to installing. The first thing that you want to do is grab your alcohol wipe and clean the surfaces. Now it'd be good to note that this will work on PPF cars. This car's been PPF'd, as well as non-PPF cars. So we just want to thoroughly clean both surfaces, especially if it's been ceramic coated. It'd be good to wipe some alcohol on it, clean it very well, just make sure that we get a good bond. Now we're just going to temporarily put this miniature plinth on, roughly about there, and just grab some masking tape so that we can mask the areas around the miniature plinth. And this is going to identify where we're going to put primer. We don't want to put too much primer everywhere, because then we're going to have to clean it all off later. Now we're going to grab our 3M primer. It's an adhesion promoter, and this is realistically the secret behind the drillless solution. You have to use this. Basically what it does is increase the bond between the two surfaces. It makes the adhesive really sticky, so it's almost like a semi-permanent fixing now. What you're going to do is, if you unsheath it, you're going to crack this vial. I think it's either made out of plastic or glass, but once you crack it, the liquid's going to drop out into the applicator pad, and once it does, you can apply the primer to the surfaces that the double-sided tape is going to stick to. So let's see what happens now. Just crack it like that, wait for the liquid to leak out into the applicator pad, and apply primer. Now we're going to grab our alignment tool. It's got a little bit of double-sided tape here. This is why we masked up, because I don't want to put any primer in this section, because we will be removing the alignment tool. So just peel this red backing off. This will fit like a glove. Just give it a little bit of a push, not too hard. And we can take off all the masking on our miniature plinth as well, ready for sticking. And this basically is a guide, almost like a drawer slider. What you're going to do is place it in and follow it down. Just going to push firmly and hold it for at least a good minute. Now once you've applied pressure on this for a good 10 minutes, you can now release the alignment tool. So just push it out and it'll come off. Now, time permitting, we would definitely recommend that you leave this overnight if you can, before you move on to the next step on mounting a number plate to it, where you can just make sure that the double-sided tape really bonds to the surface. But if you're under time constraints, realistically half an hour to an hour would suffice. Now, if you didn't mask up and you have over primed in surfaces that are visible, you can still use your alcohol wipe that we did supply from earlier and just wipe up the excess. It will come off. So make sure you don't throw that away. So now that we've got the hard part done, let's move on to the easy part, which is installing number plate brackets. But before I do, let me just reiterate that it is a two-part mounting solution, and that means that you can't buy the miniature plinth on its own. You have to pair it with a matching number plate bracket. And when I say matching number plate bracket, it is the bracket that matches the style and size of the number plate that you are going to assign to this vehicle. So for example, if you've got Heritage, you'd get a Heritage bracket. If you've got Slimline, you get a Slimline bracket, and so forth and so forth. So now I'm just going to show you a few examples or inspire you on how it may look on this car. comes to taller size number plates like this traditional black New South Wales plate, this is a mock-up of one. It's not a real plate, but it is in the same size and dimension. You will be required to run a spacer because, as you can see, it's quite far in the cavity, and that's how we generally like the plates to sit. But being a taller format for clearance so it doesn't hit anything, you will be required to run a spacer. Pretty simple, just place the spacer on. It does clip on, and grab your bracket that suits the number plate. In this case, this bracket is a TB3-1. Grab the long bolts, again supplied in the kit as well, to bolt it to the miniature plinth. Once your bracket is on, you can mount your number plate to the bracket. Now, with a car this special, you must be wondering, what kind of plate is a customer going to put on a car like this? This Victorian Heritage 4770 represents the car so well. It's an LP770-4, meaning 4-wheel drive, 770 horsepower. So for the installation of these heritage plates, it's pretty much the same as every other installation I've shown you so far. Grab that bracket that matches the size of the number plate. In this case, it's a 4-digit heritage, so we're going to get a 4-digit heritage. This one specifically is a 4-digit heritage long bracket. All we need to do is bolt it on. Let's choose a location. I think this one here looks pretty good. Now, with all of our heritage bracket kits, they do come with security screw fittings. It just helps with a bit of anti-theft. It's a bit of a deterrent so that thieves don't steal your number plate, or it's harder for them to at least. We also provide you a key so that you can open and close this bolt. And just double check that you have enough clearance by using a credit card. And there you have it, guys. This is our drillless modular mounting system to mount number plates onto an Aventador SVJ. It is by far the cleanest way to mount number plates onto this car to showcase your number plates. Now, we have designed this system in a way where we've tried to limit its interference with all the aerodynamics, and that's why it's got such a steep angle to it. It sort of follows the angle of the front splitter, but not only that, it directs air, or helps in a way to direct air into these vents and across the hood like Lamborghini intended it for. And some of you must be wondering why we've chosen to mount it in the middle. Now, in Australia, you have to put a number plate onto your car, and in all states, they realistically say that you need to put a number plate in the middle, and that's why we haven't chosen to go off to this side. I know a lot of you in the States don't require you to have one, but in Australia, we do. Now, a couple of things to remember about this system. It is a 2-part mounting solution. That means that you can't buy the miniature plinth, or again sold as a delete kit, by itself. You have to buy a matching number plate bracket, and these two things make one mounting solution. In this case, this customer has Victorian Heritage plates, so he's bought a Victorian Heritage number plate bracket and the miniature plinth, and this makes a 1-part solution. Another thing to remember, curing time permitting. If you have overnight to let it cure before you can install your plates, that is the most ideal. If you're under some time pressure, at least a minimum half an hour to an hour before you install the number plate. Again, if you're running a heavy plate like this customer, Heritage or Signature plates, overnight is best. Now, with a car this rare, we don't often have a off-the-shelf solution ready to go, but if you find yourself in the same situation as this customer and need something made, reach out to us. We have a full design team here. We try to take everything into consideration: airflow, drillless solutions, and everything else that we can think of. Reach out to us at flowbrackets.com.au.